Gentlemen, winter footwear should do two things: protect you from the season and support the standard you're trying to keep. Because there's nothing elegant about walking around in wet socks and salt-stained leather all winter. And I know finding a good pair of boots can be a challenge, but that's why we're talking about it today. In this video, I'm breaking down the only 3 winter boots that you need to cover the entire winter season. I'll walk you through a winter boot checklist of what to look for when buying a pair. We'll talk about the 3 boots that you need and how to style them. I'll cover how to care for them, and I'll give you some boot alternatives if you live someplace with warmer weather. Gents, this is your guide to winter boots that will have you ready no matter the weather. Hi everyone, I'm Nick and welcome to my channel where I discuss gent style and lifestyle. I make videos on a wide variety of topics on how to dress well and how to live well. So if that interests you, then click subscribe. Before we dive into the 3 boots, I want to cover a quick checklist of things to keep in mind when you're specifically buying a winter boot. The first is traction. If the sole of your shoe is too smooth or if it's barely textured, you're inevitably going to slip and fall. In the winter, you want a rubber sole with a real tread pattern, something that bites into the wet pavement and can handle icy patches. The second thing you need to look out for is water protection. It's not just the snow you need to look out for, it's the slush. Look for treated leather, fewer exposed seams, and a gusseted tongue on lace-up boots so that water can't sneak in. Third, look for materials that can take salt. Road salt is brutal. I know this all too well in Canada, and it's destroyed many of my shoes over the years. Road salt destroys delicate leather fast. A tougher leather with a protective finish holds up better, and if you're doing suede, treat it and keep it for the drier days. Fourth, ensure there's enough room for your winter socks. If your boots are snug with thin socks, they will be way too tight for your thicker ones. I've made this mistake before. I once bought a pair of boots that I could only wear with dress socks, and it totally defeated the purpose because my feet were too cold because my socks were too thin. Lastly, build quality. Look for a solid welt, sturdy stitching, and a resolable construction because that way your boots will survive more than one season. Now it's time to cover the 3 boots that every man needs in the winter. These 3 will cover every situation that you may find yourself in. First up, we have the Chelsea boot. This one is my favorite and it's my winter go-to. If you see me walking around in Toronto in the winter, chances are I'm wearing a Chelsea boot. They're just so comfortable and easy to wear. They're clean, minimal, and they elevate any outfit you're wearing without even trying. If you want one boot that you can wear for basically anything, whether you're running errands or maybe you have a dinner date, this is it. This is your default winter boot. But in winter, you need the right Chelsea. You don't want one that's a fashion-only pair with a thin sole. You'll end up slipping everywhere. Save those ones for the warmer months instead. Instead, for winter, look for one with a thicker rubber sole and a real tread. Keep an eye out for a sturdier leather that can handle the salt and the wet sidewalks. Black is the safest and most versatile color, but a dark brown works beautifully, especially if most of your wardrobe is navy, gray, and earth tones. And styling it is pretty simple. Just treat it like an upgraded sneaker. You can pair it with dark denim, chinos, or dress it up with trousers. Then up top, layer in some winter textures like a turtleneck, an overshirt, or merino crew neck. If you only own one winter boot, make it a Chelsea. One of my favorite winter boots are my brown Chelseas. And if you're wondering where they're actually from KOIO, who makes some of the most stylish and versatile shoes that I've worn. KOIO combines New York design with Italian craftsmanship. Their shoes are handcrafted in Italy using locally sourced leathers and recycled materials, and each pair passes through the hands of dozens of craftsmen before it leaves the factory. So that way you know you're receiving a proper long-term quality shoe. For winter, I've been wearing these Firmo Chelsea boots in chocolate. They're made from a rich brown nubuck leather with a rubber sole, so you have grip and durability in the cold, wet weather. I've been wearing these every day so far, and they're so comfy and have survived the Canadian weather, which is saying a lot. They work perfectly dressed up with trousers for a smart casual look, or you could dress them down with dark denim. If I'm not wearing boots, I rotate between the Capri in Yacht and the Capri X in Mineral. They're low-top sneakers made from soft nubuck and suede with tech foam insoles, so they're incredibly soft if you're on your feet all day. The Yacht is in a deep navy that works with everything from jeans to tailored trousers. The Capri X are especially great if you're traveling as they have this clean slip-on detail that makes airport travel or running errands super easy. If you want to check them out, KOIO has given us a special discount code and link down below. Use code NICKXKOIO25 at checkout for $25 off orders over $150. Big thank you to KOIO for sponsoring this video and for making genuinely well-made footwear. Now let's get back to the rest of the winter boots. Boot number 2 is the dress boot. This one is basically your winter replacement for the dress shoe. It'll keep you looking sharp and stylish when you have to dress up, but it is built to handle the cooler weather and the reality of commuting without your feet freezing in the process. What you want here is a sleek lace-up boot with a clean silhouette. I have a pair of black capsule lace-ups that I've had for a long time, and these are great to wear if you have an elevated look like a night out. Just like the Chelsea, black is the safest for formal outfits, while dark brown is great if you wear a lot of navy and gray. And look for a rubber sole, ideally low profile so it still looks dressy but has solid grip. To style it, you can pair them up with any kind of charcoal, navy, or brown wool trousers, and then add in a turtleneck and a jacket to dress it up, or a crisp shirt or a sweater to keep it more casual. Adding a dress boot to your wardrobe will ensure that you're covered for any classy occasion. And our final boot, boot number 3, is the snow boot. This one is the functional, true winter boot that will keep your feet warm and protected when there's a foot of snow on the ground. And not only is this boot important because it's functional, it also protects your other boots. If you don't have a real snow boot, you end up wearing your Chelsea or dress boots in conditions they were never built for. And then by the time winter's over, all your nice boots are either salt-stained or destroyed. Pick up a functional winter boot like the one that I have here. Look for one that's nice and minimal, make sure it's waterproof, has good tread on the bottom, and has a little bit more height to keep the snow and slush out. Also, look for one with good lining to keep your feet nice and warm. Styling is pretty straightforward, and these boots will work with anything because their purpose is mainly functional. They work best with casual clothing like jeans and chinos, and they're perfect to pair with a parka. Definitely a necessary shoe if you have lots of snow where you live. In order to ensure that your boots last more than a couple winters, you have to care for them, and thankfully it's not too difficult. After any snowy, wet, or salty day, wipe them down when you get home. Road salt is the real killer, so even a quick wipe with a damp cloth makes a big difference. If your boots are wet, let them air dry naturally. Never right beside a radiator or a heat vent, because the heat can dry out and crack the leather and warp the shape. If they're properly soaked, stuff them with paper or paper towel to help pull out the moisture. Every so often, clean them, condition the leather so it doesn't dry out, and reapply a waterproofing spray or wax that matches the material. For example, I use this cleaning gel and this nubuck and suede waterproofing solution for my brown Chelsea boots. And then I also have this leather conditioner for my other boots. Finally, rotate your shoes. Giving boots a full day to dry between wears keeps them fresher and in shape. Now, depending on the weather and where you live, for example, if you live in a warmer climate, you can still wear sneakers in the winter, but I'd only keep them for dry days. Just because our weather is so harsh up here in Canada, I usually stick to boots all winter, but I also have a nice pair of leather and suede sneakers that I rotate depending on my outfit. If you're looking for a pair, go for leather sneakers because they wipe clean and handle moisture better than canvas or knit. And if you do go with suede, make sure you treat them with a protector spray. Also, pick up a pair with a decent rubber grip so you're not slipping around. Give them a wipe after each wear and you'll keep them looking sharp. Gentlemen, those are the only 3 boots that you need to be ready for any winter situation. Start with a good Chelsea boot and build up from there. I hope you enjoyed this video and let me know in the comments below, what's your go-to winter boot? Thanks for watching.